everyone, it's me, Zombie, and today I am making Sam's rifle from Death Stranding. All the tools and materials that I used to make this are going to be linked right down below, so if you'd like, you can follow along with me. I hope that some of these techniques that you see today will help you make something cool of your own. Before we get started today, I am happy to say that we have a sponsor. Woo! This video is sponsored in part by Cosplay Amino. Cosplay Amino is a community where cosplayers like us can get together and share our work on a fun and easy to use app. I've been using Cosplay Amino and I'm so thrilled with how positive and kind everyone in the community is. You can make your own customizable profile, there's public chats, polls, and so much more. I've been having a lot of fun browsing through all the cosplay and favoriting everything. I would love it if you guys tried out Cosplay Amino. It's easy to sign up, it's free, and it helps support the channel. I just posted some new photos and I can't wait to see you there. So without further ado, let's get started. So first I'm going to start with the pattern by sketching out the rifle first. And guess what? I still don't own a printer, so we're gonna be hand drawing this today. You could definitely make a vector and print it out yourself if you're high-tech and fancy like that, but I am not in that cool kids club at the moment, so we're gonna be doing this old school, and hopefully this will help y'all out who are kind of in the same boat as me and, you know, have to kind of sketch everything that you make. And I'm just looking at how the rifle is proportioned in comparison to Sam, and am kind of sketching about what size I think it is. And what's helpful about this is once it's on paper, I can see, hey, is this too big? Is it too small? And I can fix it before moving on to the next step. And this is my sketch at first, but I'm going to move on to using a ruler and really spending my time on all the details, since this is going to be my map for the rest of my build. So now that I have this cut out, I know that this needs to be about the width of a rifle, and I think that 4 EVA foam mats will be a good fit. And it's crazy, this just like barely fits diagonally on one of these mats, but it works, which is great. I'm also using my 1, 2, 3 blocks as weights so I can weigh this down as I am tracing. All right, and that's the first one. I'm gonna go ahead and do that 4 more times. And I'm gonna go ahead and cut all of these pieces out. So I'm gonna go ahead and stick these 3 pieces together, but not before sanding the inside and getting rid of some of this texture. So I put some barge in my little squeegee bottle right here, and I'm gonna go ahead and apply it to the sides of my foamy rifle bits. And I have my little foam squeegee here as well. It's just like a scrap piece off the side of an EVA foam sheet. I'm using that just to kind of run across all the edges and smooth out all that barge so I have an even surface. And I'm going along the edges of these as well, just to ensure that that barge is really making it. All right, now these are all barged up and it's time to stick them together. Now I'm really mushing all these layers down so everything sticks real nice. I just yelled because I thought this little piece of paper that was stuck in my 1, 2, 3 block was a bug, but it's not. It's just a piece of paper. I actually think I'm gonna take this out to my bandsaw in the garage, and it'll really help me get those nice even edges that I'm looking for. Now I'm going to start rounding some of my edges and smoothing some of the hard to get to edges with my rotary tool. I'm going to be using the sanding drum, and then I'm going to move down to a grinding bit, which will give everything a nice smooth finish. So now that we have our basic shape, I am taking little scraps of pattern paper and I'm starting to make all the rest of my patterns. I'm starting with the magazine. So I cut out my little magazine piece, and I'm using a foam scrap now to trace it, and then I'm going to contact cement these both together. Alright, so I finished up all the little details on my mag right here, and I just layered 2mm foam on top of my EVA. Now I'm going to go ahead and attach this to the main body of the rifle, and then we can keep going! Woohoo! I'm going to go ahead and make a small strip that kind of goes along the bottom of the rifle right here, and that's just gonna kind of clean everything up and really cover up these little seams I got going on here. So we can go ahead and use this as a base to start putting more of our details on. I was just about to use my rotary tool on the side right here, and it died. This is the second one this year that has died in the middle of a project. And yeah, it's the Dremel 4000. So I don't know, I feel like these used to be good, but this past year I've been so disappointed. So I think it's time for an upgrade for my rotary tool. Woo! I just found a spare Dremel 200. What the fuck? Well, this Dremel 200 also just blew up. Why? And now I'm going to make a little pattern to kind of put around this little grip area. There are all these little line pieces, and I'm just kind of sketching where they need to go so I can go in with my rotary tool and put in all those details. So using these same techniques, I'm going to keep adding details to the bottom of the rifle before moving on to the top. And I know all this stuff I'm doing looks like a lot, but seriously, it's all the same thing. I'm just tracing a simple pattern onto paper, cutting it out, transferring it onto foam, and then gluing it onto the piece. And I'm just doing this over and over and over until the details start looking more and more like Sam's rifle.
Adam, he just brought me a peanut butter jelly sandwich.
I'm taking off the crusts.
And he's eating the crust.
Aw, thank you.
That'll do.
You make the best PB&Js.
So next up, I'm gonna create this little scope piece on the top right here, and it's gonna be 30 millimeters thick. So I'm gonna trace out this rough shape here. Now I'm gonna cut it out. I'm gonna transfer this 3 times onto some 10 millimeter foam. Now I'm tracing some details on with a black marker, and I'm gonna etch in these details with the head of a Dremel. To make these look like screws, I'm taking my X-Acto blade and cutting through the middle of these. Now that the scope piece is all done, I'm gonna glue it to the top. So I just got done with the trigger guard, and this thing is done. And it's ready to be plasti dipped. Oh my god, I can't believe it. I feel like I've been working on it for so long. I am gonna go plasti dip real quick. And if you don't know, plasti dip is like a primer for foam. It's really used for like automotive parts, but you can use it as a primer, and it helps the paint stick to your foam much better. So here's what this looks like after it's been all plasti dip. Here's this side. Here is the other side. So I'm gonna start using my gunmetal spray paint that I have sprayed right into the cap right here, and I'm gonna give it its first coat. And I will be painting all the base colors on by just mixing my Vallejo paints together and applying them to each part. So here is one coat of the lighter yellowy color on the rifle, and I can't believe this is just one coat. I love Vallejo paints so much. The coverage is so good. I'm gonna let this dry, and then I'm gonna do my darker yellowy orange coat right underneath. To speed up this coat's dry time, I'm using a heat gun on the light heat, and I'm just like very lightly going over the whole thing just to speed up the paint drying process a little bit.
Also, look who's hanging out with me while I'm painting today. You're such a good painting buddy. Yes, I can tell you like the pets because you do a little crinkle nose. It's very cute.
All of my base colors are now on the rifle. So there are lots of little decals and little, stickers and little things that are all over the rifle. I'm gonna be hand painting all of them because I don't own a printer. So we're gonna do it old school for all you guys out there who maybe don't have access to those things either. So I'm gonna start hand painting everything. This will be really fun. It'll be time consuming, but we're going to do it. Holy cow, all the decals are done. Finally. There are so many, but now we're gonna make this thing all grungy and dirty and more realistic by weathering. To do this, I'm mixing some of my Vallejo paints. I have some burnt sienna, brown, white, orange, black, and I'm mixing them together and just eyeballing it, just looking at my reference photos, and I'm putting it in all the places where I think dirt would collect. To apply the pigment, I'm using a brush, and whenever I accidentally put too much pigment somewhere, I'm gonna use this paper towel to wipe some of it away. This is really my favorite part of making props and costumes because it really brings the whole thing to life. Now that all my dirt and grime is all over this thing, I'm gonna go back over with some silver spray paint and lighten up some of these edges to make it look like the paint and the dirt has scraped off and metal is shining through. I think it makes the edges look really nice and it's accurate to the reference photos. All right, it's time for the big reveal. Ta-da! Here it is! It has all the silver and all the stuff on it. Oh my goodness, there she is. Wow! I love her. I'm really happy with the rifle and I can't wait to make the rest of the costume. Today's makers of the week include A.L. Cassiopeia, who is working on this beautiful Cardcaptor Sakura cosplay. All the needlework is phenomenal. Look at all this trim. There's lights, there's little icicles. You can tell that everything was made with such care. CD Dreamer Cosplay showed me her Gamora cosplay. She said she used my Gamora makeup tutorial to do her makeup, and she looks so stunning. Kim Knievel showed me her Brigitte cosplay. I think she looks so great. All the armor work is so awesome. Her flail looks great. She pulls off Brigitte so well. Just the whole thing is fantastic. Great job, and thank all of you so much for showing me what you make every week. Seeing what you guys create totally makes my day. So if you're working on something that you really love, you're really proud of, I would absolutely love to see it. I also want to give a huge thank you to my supporters on Patreon that make videos like this one possible. All these guys right here. They're amazing. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked the video, go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss another video. And I can't wait to see you back next time. Bye everybody!